Hey guys, Ben America's Baseball Camps, just touching base in regards to your swings from the spring camp in Arizona, and just go ahead and wanted to go through some things that I see, looking over your few swings here for some video analysis work. The biggest thing I see after seeing these videos is I want you to be more engaged with our lower half and get more balance after we're done with our swings, and get more where our feet aren't moving around so much. And again, we're going to give you some things that we recommend that you work on. Doesn't mean you have to do them, but just from a professional standpoint of some things that we think you can work on. So let's go ahead and get started here. Going back to our first swing here, one thing I do want to talk about the stance is first talk about your eye level. You'll notice that your eye level starts here, and as we go into contact, you'll see you're about a foot off of your eye level from your start. So you have your eyes up here, and then a foot at contact, you're down. So when you're changing the planes of the ball that much, and the pitcher's throwing, and his ball is moving, and your balls and your eyes are moving, it makes it really difficult to be consistent. So what I would do is I would probably start a little bit more flexed, where you're a little bit lower. You can see when you start, you're really tall. And then when you go to drop your land foot, you can see how we really change that. That's a big deal to not make those big of changes with your levels of your eyes. So what I would do is just start more flexed, more like in that position, to be more athletic. So you can start a little bit lower, so maybe start in that area, so when you go, you're not changing your levels that much, because that makes a big difference when we're hitting, to make sure that it's hard enough to take a round ball and a round bat. So that's the first thing I see in regards to our stance. So maybe spread your feet out a little bit, get a little bit wider, and that's going to drop you down a little bit to make you more eye levels. And also what I would do is tape up with some masking tape on a mirror in your house, and have no bat obviously, but you can just take some practice swings with your hands on the start and finish of your swing, and make sure your levels of your eyes are the same where you start and the same where you finish. Just something to be aware about when you're doing that. So let's go into our next phase of our analysis, which is our land foot. You do a pretty good job of separation. Your hands get back and away from your body, and when you go from that land foot, there is one thing we need to focus on that land foot, a couple things actually. When you hit that land foot, you'll see that foot begins to really open up on you. That front hip goes. Really make sure right now your heel is facing to the guys on deck. And I actually want your heel to be facing the dugout over here right now. That's going to keep us closed, called hitting against a firm, closed front side. And that's very important in regards to hitting, is hitting against a firm, closed front side. So be really cautious of that when you stride and do that land foot, that foot doesn't open up on you. And that's going to make sure that you hit with all arms instead of your whole body. That's going to take away a lot of power when you do that. So something to be very, very cautious of when you are hitting. So the other thing I want to talk about is your posture at this point. You can see how we're really over the plate. Your head is over the plate right now. We need to keep that back straight up and down to really keep that posture compared to kind of hunching over there. So just something to be aware about when you're over there, to have that posture stay put here, to not have it so leaned over. Also, too, at this point of your swing, you need to make sure that those hands stay up a lot longer, because when you go through, you're going to be underneath this ball. So right now, the hands should be up in this area with that bat angle here, so your hands can really work downhill. You'll see as you drop them, you really fall below, and that barrel really gets below my hands, and that's going to make us drag. So you shrinking down, the head's going a little sideways. You can kind of see right here it's a little sideways. Let's keep this head nice and tall. You see at contact it's a little sideways, but not too bad. The other thing at contact too, you can see that front foot really spins open, and it's almost past third base. You want that at the end of your swing. You want that to still be facing the pitcher. As far as for your foot, should actually be facing more first base, and it's facing towards third base right now. So be cautious of that front foot, that it spins right when you swing. It really spins open. You can see you're on your heels. Right now, that front toe should be facing at first baseman, and that's going to make a big difference in regards to your swing and your success of hitting. Try to hold your finish at the end. You can see you don't have a lot of good balance on your lower half, so really work on swinging and then holding your finish, and that's going to make you more consistent when you're going for just being a better hitter. You can see you kind of shrink down, hunch over, those hands are dropping, that foot is opening up on you. Typically, it's usually the same things every swing. You can see, not bad, but again, that front side really opened up. Let that ball travel. You're going to hop here, so you got to try to hold your finish. And those are the 4 or 5 things that you need to always come back to. So it's never going to change. It's always going to be those 4 or 5 things to work on. So watch this a bunch of times. Get off a tee, get some soft toss going, even do some practice swings, dry swings, and really start to work on that. And those are the things that are going to make a big difference in regards to your swing. So hopefully that helps you out. Look forward to having you back at camp real soon, and have a great season.